Hey guys, Jason here. We had a busy day with some meetings today, so we didn't have a lot of time to cover some cool trades, but I did find a few, and I want to talk about this one in particular. This is a silver trade, and if you watch the silver video, you've already seen this, so skip ahead if you want. But this was just an absolutely perfect technical play based on support and resistance levels and upside continuation. So I'm going to point out this level here as resistance 18.194. This is a weekly resistance level from September 4th, 2017, so quite a long time ago. But it really came into play perfectly as we expected and talked about in my silver video the other day. So what were we looking at on the hourly time frame? Well, silver's been an absolute beast. We had a 2-year equilibrium on gold and it broke out, and it's continuing to show a lot of strength and bringing silver with it. But on the hourly time frame, we had set up a nice double top resistance, 17.75. We came down, set a new higher low, and we continued to set higher lows, showing that bullish strength and upside continuation. So there's a lot of momentum coming from the downside, pushing us up over and over again, and you can see how we are setting up these higher low patterns consistently over and over, and then we're bumping into this resistance where we've got this big wall holding us down. So what we were looking for was a break of one of these levels. Either we're going to change the trend and we're going to see some downside shift, or we're going to crack through 17.75. And if we manage to do that, then the only target and the only real target was that weekly level 18.194. So around 4 a.m., at least according to my time zone, 4 a.m., we saw the bulls step it up. And they had only a few hours previously tested this level and been rejected twice. So quadruple top at this point. Then they dipped their toes in the water, and you know what? That wall's gone. And as soon as they discover that wall is no longer there, volume picks up rapidly. We see a huge move from 1775 all the way up to 18.194, smacking right into that weekly resistance, and now we're bouncing inside that level. So if you had a stop order placed just on a break of that triple top, quadruple top actually, and then had a price target around that weekly resistance, you would have had a perfect execution. So this is just a great example of finding a nice resistance level that's been proven once, twice, 3, 4 times, setting higher lows, building yourself that ascending triangle pattern, which is a nice way to recognize what's happening here and just explaining it in a visual way. And then we see volume kick in, and it just goes into overdrive, smacks right into resist. So just a perfect play. So here's another one, not nearly as technically complex as our silver play was, but I had a member message me asking about drip on the weekly time frame, whether they thought for a pullback, looking for a top fish around 123.81. And really the story is, well, we haven't proven that the bulls have given up anything yet, so we need to wait for some sort of weakness for that to happen. But at the time, we were getting very, very close to high a day. And I took a look at the 2-minute time frame to begin with, and this was over here around the high of 121.16, and we had just pulled back from that, and I was looking at this and saying, you know what, we're starting to see a little bit of volume here, and we've been hanging out at this level. Our RSI is overbought on the 2-minute time frame, and it should be overbought on the 5-minute time frame as well. And I said, you know what, we haven't consolidated for a while. I can take a short entry just based on the fact that we are extended and we are slowing down. We're seeing hesitation on the 2 and 5-minute time frame, and this is actually a reversal candlestick. So there's a shooting star with a very, very tiny body. Really, it's just showing that bulls made an attempt to the upside and were rejected. And then we get the body here with a big upper wick. And that's really the visual way of representing the psychology of what's happening. And we have a course in the chart guys called Essential Candlesticks. We talk about all this sort of thing and just talking about the psychology behind candles. And this is all this was based on. So I go to the 2-minute time frame, have my short position, and I'm just watching this trend, looking for a little bit of strength. And you know what? I hit very close to that EMA 26. And I think I took my profits right around here, just covered. And I'm lucky I did, because we saw a big bounce and we had a new high a day, and then we got into some sideways chop. So really just looking for weakness, looking for reversal signals on your candlesticks, and then just taking profits at your first target. If you don't have any supports in sight, just use your EMAs. That's exactly what I did. And it was a relatively easy play, and it got me just enough money for guacamole on my tacos. So the last one I had a chance to watch today was on TEVA. TEVA caught my attention simply because we dropped so quickly out of the gate today. We knocked out 762 support almost immediately and didn't have a lot of time to consolidate. So we were oversold for quite a while on the 5-minute time frame, and I was scouting for a bounce, and I thought I was going to catch it. And I looked here, and I was watching the bounce off of 688. I saw this indecision candlestick, a new low with a green finish, and then rejection from EMA 12. We had a high at 702. And then what really caught my attention was the double bottom. So 688 holding as support. I watched us go up to 7 psychological, reject from that level, and I said, okay, cool. We've got lower highs. We've got a double bottom. I'm going to keep a close eye on this action and see what happens, because really, one of these two levels is going to break first. And what is it going to be? So I'm watching patiently, and what do you know? We get a triple bottom. So I see that triple bottom. I see that recovery, and I say, all right, I'm going to take an entry, and I'm going to put a stop loss just on the other side of 688. If we break that, then I know we're just going to be heading toward more downside, because look at all the pressure that we're seeing here. So I'm in my entry. We get right up to that trend line resistance, a little bit of a pullback, but I still have my stop loss, not worried about it. Breakout, and then we get right up to 710. What is 710? 5-minute time frame. It is going to be our EMA 12. Where is that guy? EMA 26, right on the 5-minute time frame. So it's actually probably, yeah, $7.12. We get up there, see a little bit of hesitation. I think I covered at 7.09 rather. But yeah, great play, great triple bottom. You got to watch for those oversold bounces. See how the price interacts. Does it establish a 2-minute support level like it did here? If you get 2 and you come down, you see a third, very likely you're going to look for a good move. And watch that volume. It's good volume on both sides. I see some big spikes from the bear side, but you know what? Double bottom after that really signifies a lot of support and a nice quick trade. And if you're day trading, scalping, you got to rack up these small wins, because for me, collecting small wins over and over and over and over is how I make my money. I don't really wait for these big breakouts or monster opportunities or making $15,000 on crazy out of the money SPY calls. It's all about consistent wins, and this is how I do it.